Peace, 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 everyone. Hi, Instagram. This is Angelic Ray coming to you at Angelic Soul 11. And I will be bringing in a lovely special guest here. So let me see how I can. No, those are the questions. I will be allowing you to ask further questions as well. Okay. So the lovely goddess who we will be having in here will be joining us very shortly, and she will be introducing herself to us all. If you see me looking down, it is because I am, there we go, just making sure I have my sets of questions here. There we go. All right. So it's just waiting for her to load up. There she goes. Hello, goddess.
Hey,
Welcome. Are you able to hear me well?
I can hear you perfectly fine.
Perfect. And I hear you great. So I'm super duper excited to be having you on the channel. Welcome everyone that is tuning in. We are live. Okay, this was not meant to be a live video, but it will be. So it is what it is, right? The universe works in mysterious but luxurious ways, and I'm super excited. So the lovely goddess that we have here is a beautiful spirit guide in the world of finances. And what I mean by finances is credit, responsibility, accountability, all that good stuff, right? But before we get into all of that, I would love for her to introduce herself to us all.
Okay, so I'm Davika. Nice to meet you all. I actually specialize in credit repair. So, what that means is I have a team of attorneys that have a 98% success rate in basically getting any negative items removed from your credit report, whether it be collections, repossessions, evictions, student loans, any inquiries, like the hard inquiries when you go to buy a car and the car dealer shops your name around to 20 different banks. We get all of those things removed and it boosts your credit score. And our goal is to always get people to the 700s because that is basically what you need in these times if you're trying to buy a house or a car or get any type of business loans or personal loans with a affordable interest rate. So that is what I do.
Super exciting. Honestly, all of that sounds really good to me because I know, we could all use some credit repairs on that score to really, it also helps with if we're trying to maybe even get a loan or buy a house and stuff like that. Credit is important for those things. So, other than what I just mentioned, why would you say credit is important?
Credit is very important. It actually keeps the economy rolling because when your credit is excellent, meaning 700 and above, you're able to pay your bills on time. You are able to afford things at a lower interest rate where you have lower monthly payments, meaning you'll have the extra funds to be able to go out and purchase a home. You'll have the extra funds to purchase your renter's insurance or afford your homeowner's insurance. You'll be able to go out and just continue to pour back into the economy. So that's important, number one, to keep things rolling and keep everybody's businesses going. Also, credit, like if you're trying to obtain any type of business loans, that is big because when you are entrepreneurs such as myself, and you're trying to grow a business, if you can't obtain finances, you can't expand. Meaning, like, even small things such as marketing is hard when you don't have the finances to do so. If you are, like, have a clothing boutique or something like that, you need finances, you need good credit to be able to rent these commercial properties. And that also gives you value because a lot of people do shop online these days. But if you can say, like, hey, I have a boutique located on the corner of 14th and Peachtree, that just boosted your value 20 extra times versus the person that has an online store, because they're like, wow, you're downtown, you're in Atlanta, you must be doing big things. Let me come and check you out. Let me come and support. So it just really brings value to what you're doing.
Awesome. What would you say is one of the biggest mistakes that people make in regards to their credit?
Um, oh my goodness. Maxing out credit cards and not paying your bills on time is the worst thing you can do to yourself. So not paying your bills on time, because a lot of people are like, oh, I'll just pay it next month. It's only a $25 late fee. That's not a good mindset to have, because your payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. And
Okay.
they look to see, if you're able to make your payments on time over the course of years, that speaks volumes of the type of person you are. That speaks volumes when you're walking into banks trying to get these loans, because that's building your credibility. Maxing out your credit cards can also drop your score 100 points. So if you have a $100 credit limit, you should not have a balance over $30. So you need to keep your utilization at 30%. So if you want to charge that $100, when your bill is due, you need to make a $70 payment or
And
pay
you
it all off.
or take it all off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what would you say are some tips and tricks that can help build a person's credit?
My daughter is 18, so I'll use her as a prime example. She came to me. She was like, "Mommy, I need to start building some credit," because she's like all into things. She likes things, nice things. So she wants to build credit, right? So she's 18, getting ready to go to college. I had her go to our credit union because we bank with Navy Federal, and she got a secured credit card. And basically, what she had to do was take $200 of her own money, put it on the card. She has to make her payments on time for 6 months. Then they refund the $200 back to her and then increase her credit limit. So that's a perfect way to do it, because basically you are borrowing your own money and paying back your own money. And they're like, if you can take care of that on time, then we can trust to give you some of our money. So that's the best thing to do, is to get a secured card if you're trying to build credit. Another thing you can do, if the person trusts you enough, or if you're married and maybe your spouse may have the excellent credit and you may not, they can add you as an authorized user on their credit accounts. They don't have to per se give you a card, like if they have American Express or Discover, they can add you. And when they're making their payments on time, it also goes on your credit report. So that's a very good way to build credit and not even really have to use anybody's credit, because they're using it and they're paying it. You're just benefiting off of it. So if someone is trustworthy, if you're a trustworthy type person and they're like, yeah, I'll go ahead and put you on there as an authorized user, that's perfect. So like if you have a mom, dad, a spouse, a sister, brother that, carries an excellent credit score and a great payment history, that's a conversation to be had.
I've actually known somewhat about that. I just didn't know that it'll actually work if they added you as well, but didn't give you a card, because I know it where they actually do give the other person a credit card as well. So the fact that they don't necessarily have to give you another card, but continue their payments and it'll roll over to you as well, is really good news to hear, because
Yeah.
that's really essential.
Yeah.
Um, and I know you said about the 30%, so I want to touch on that a little bit, but I'm going to ask, yeah, I guess I'll ask you now. It wasn't originally going to be a question that we asked, but because you brought that in, so because that's only 30% of your credit score, what will be the other percentage to your credit score?
Also, the length of the accounts. So, like, I've had an account with Macy's for like 8 years.
Okay.
Even though I rarely shop in there, I keep that card. It's still open. It's still reporting positive on my account because there's no balance. So you don't want to close those old accounts just because you're not using the card anymore. You want to keep that because old credit is better than new because they can see a long history, a long standing history, long relationship, and you haven't defaulted on that relationship. So that also builds your credibility when you're going to the banks for the bigger loans.
And does that still connect with the 30% of your credit? Or
So
does that, I'm sorry, there's a vehicle passing by. Yeah, I'm sorry. Continue.
that's okay.
Does that still apply? The longevity apply to the 30%, or is that an additional percentage
That's an
towards your
addition.
credit?
That's an additional 30%.
Okay, so now we have 60%, and there's 40% more. What would be that?
So then we have, hang on one second. We have your income to debt ratio.
Okay.
That's like 10%. So like say for instance, you make $60,000 a year and you're in debt, like you want to be in debt. You don't even want to owe like half of that. You want to stay under. They don't really count home loans because of, that's something totally different. But like with student loans, automobiles, credit cards, you want to stay under half of what you make.
Okay.
Because that's very important when you're trying to purchase a home.
And I know I definitely took you a little bit off guard
That's
with
okay.
that question, but I know this is what you do, and
Yeah.
that was actually something that it is important for us to know as a people.
Yep.
And of course, the next question after that, but I'll let us continue on. I believe we still have we're at 70%, so an additional 30.
So the other is your new credit. That's 10%. So like if I go today and open up a new account, that's 10% of the credit score as well. You want to avoid opening any new accounts unless it's absolutely necessary. So like when you go to Victoria's Secrets or when you go to the stores and they're like, oh, or Kohl's, you want to open up a new account and get an extra 20% off? Say no. That will hurt your credit score so bad.
Every time, like if you apply to them and you get declined, correct?
Even when you apply and get approved, because it's a hard inquiry on your credit report. Okay. So you want to avoid those. So unless you absolutely have to have it, if you you have to have a new car, you have to go and get a personal loan, that's one thing. But to keep going and every store you go in, keep letting them run your name, that's going to bring your score down because that's 10% of your score also.
Okay.
And then the other 10% is like the types of credit used. You want to have a variety of credit. So you want to have maybe 2 credit cards, maybe, and maybe your student loan might be on there. That's a different type of credit. Your home is a different type of credit. We also can credit your rent. So that's something that draws a lot of attention to my credit repair business because we can credit your on-time rent payments, and that helps you when you go to buy a house. Your utilities sometimes report to your credit bureaus, so that's a different type of credit. So you want to have a variety. You don't want to have 10 credit cards and no car and no house. You want to be able to show like I can handle multiple things. I can juggle all of this and make it work every 30 days.
Awesome.
So what else did I miss?
And then it was how can you help others with their credit, and then how can we find you if anybody was interested in what it is that you do and the topic that we're touching on, if they have more questions in regards to fixing their credit and whatnot. What is it that you can do with the people or help the people?
So I do a lot of my.
I'm sorry, one moment. I am outside, so please forgive the outside noise. They be trying to act like they speed racers.
somebody in my neighborhood that does the same thing at 6 o'clock in the morning. It drives me nuts.
Okay, so you can go. I
Okay.
apologize.
So I do most of my marketing other than word of mouth. I do everything on from my Instagram page. So my Instagram name is at Devika Sharmel. It's DevikasHarmel. I also have a website through Financial Education Services, which is the name of the credit company that I'm partnered with. And you can find me. Hold on, I'm about to pull that up because I never remember it. I always send out my link, but I never remember the actual. So,
And yes, please, before we're done, send me all that information so that
okay,
way when I put up the post, I can put it in the description box below so that it is also in writing for everyone to
I
see.
appreciate that. Yeah, my website address is www.myfes.net / D for my first name, Devika, and then my last name is Betts. So it's capital D, capital B as in boy, E like Edward, T like Tom, T like Tom, S as in Sam, and then the number 2. And that will pull you directly to my website, and you'll see the other benefits that we offer. We offer $100,000 life insurance to everyone that signs up with our protection plan. We also offer a will and trust because that's a lot of things that we don't get set up. And then unfortunately, someone passes away and everybody is fighting over their things. So you can get a free will and trust. Also, we offer budgeting tips. We offer a youth financial literacy program where you can start to teach your children about credit before they turn 18 and, grow up and don't understand it and ruin it, which is what I really wish somebody would have taught me before, because I ruined mine a couple times before I got it right.
I'm not innocent.
I'm definitely not innocent. I always use my personal testimony when I'm talking to my clients, because people are embarrassed. It's embarrassing to, say I have bad credit. That's not a conversation that people are comfortable having. And I just always like to make people feel comfortable and just say, hey, I wasn't born with a 700 credit score. I had to work for it. And I also tell people, like, you don't get bad credit overnight. So you have to trust the process and let things work in order to rebuild that score. Because a lot of people are looking for a quick fix. And I tell them, I'm like, you got to give us 3 to 6 months. Like this, we do things legally, and it is according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So I do tell people you have to trust the process. You have to be patient. It's not a 30-day quick go in and delete everything, and because that's not legal. So if anybody is promising that they can do that for you, you need to really search and make sure that their company is accredited. So.
Awesome. I thank you very much. Is there any additional questions that you guys might have in the comments down below for Devika? Because we have some people come in, and since this is live, but we're saying hello to everyone. And definitely, again, I will be posting this. I will be saving this video, and I will be posting it on to to YouTube. It's going to be posted on the Instagram as well and the Facebook with her information, and I will tag your page as well. So if anybody would like to follow you, please feel free to ask her whatever questions. If you are serious about serious inquiries only, please do not just waste her time. If you are serious about fixing your credit or wanting to know more, Ash stated they even offer courses that can help you. So we do have one question regards closed accounts. Can those accounts be deleted?
Yes, they can. And we recommend that you do not pay any closed accounts or any accounts that have been sent to collections, because guess what? That is not your account anymore. They have sold your information without your permission, and you did not go into agreement with that collection company. You went into agreement with the original company. So you are only obligated to deal with them. You're not obligated to deal with any collection accounts. And that is why we're able to get those off so easily.
Oh, again? Me. So that was a good question.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So, any more questions before we go? Because we're just about done here. She says thank you.
You're
She's a
so
star.
welcome. And also, like, I love to tell people, you may not have bad credit. You may have a 750, 850. But if you know of anyone that needs my help, I love referrals, and we do have a referral program. So if you would like to get more information about that, reach out, and definitely you can send referrals and get paid for basically just passing on my information. So our system has a referral program where you can log in and, you know, refer your customers, family, friends, whatever. And so do you still have to make payments on closed accounts? No, you don't. If it's has the account been sent to collections?
I know we definitely can have a talk after this.
You know how to find me.
Pet K.
No,
John.
it hasn't been sent to collections. Did it just recently get closed, or did you close it? Because usually if something is closed, if they closed it, okay. I would let the attorneys take a look at that, because if they've closed it for whatever reason, you don't have to put your business out here on Instagram. They're normally going to sell your information to a third party. So you definitely don't have to do that if they sell your information to a third party. I would like to know more. If you want to reach out to me, we can discuss privately, so we're not putting your business out in the world.
Yeah, but that is personal.
Yeah, so we'll figure that one out. But I'm thinking that they've probably closed it and sold the information to a third party. So I'll go ahead and I'm gonna pull this name up on Instagram on my other phone and follow them, because I know people might not spell my name right, thanks to my dad being all creative.
You have a beautiful name.
I definitely love my name.
I believe when they come in, it'll say that you're live on me. So I believe that they could also like click on your name and add you as well. But I am going to put all the information down.
Okay, I just followed you, Petra. So you'll see my request, and then we can chit chat.
So if that is all the questions that you all have, we thank you all for watching. Is there any more questions before we go? Just maybe one more, or if not, we are going to end this live and say have a happy, good weekend. Yes. And a happy build up. May you have I hope you had gained information from this live here, and we look forward to you building up that credit score, hearing about your new businesses or your new home or your new vehicle or whatever it is that you are looking.
I always post my customers' testimonies, so I love to get that feedback, that positive feedback, because I post it because I like to let people know that this is real and it is something that's attainable. Good credit is attainable no matter what color you are, shape, fashion, form, no matter what region you live in. Bad credit does not discriminate. So it's,
it's a personality thing. It's not a racial thing.
It's definitely not. And bad things happen to good people all the time. So don't be embarrassed.
Well, I thank you, Davika, so much for joining us. It was such an honor to have you with us and sharing all this lovely information with us. And we will be reaching out to you. I definitely will be reaching out to you. So I look forward to connecting with you again.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Peace. Bye everyone.